Hello and welcome to 5 at 5 on Sports Today. One of those days, in the Bengali calendar, 125th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. We remember him, we celebrate him, and we celebrate nationalism. And today, I have to tell you a couple of things about Ravindra Jadeja. Watch the interview, rather listen to the interview at 5:30 p.m. If on Sports Today, we are premiering it. We'll also be showing it on India Today television. But listen to the premiere on Sports Today. Before that, Irfan Pathan. Every day, my producer from the back end doesn't play it, and I get the backlash because you guys laugh at me. Today, I've asked her, "Are you playing it on time?" So Trisha Ghoshal, please play Irfan Pathan.
क्या आप भी किसी अपने सपने मेरे तुम्हारे टीम 11 पे टीम बना रहे हो और बच्चों के साथ खेल रहे हो? हमारे साथ खेलोगे? हाउस पे खेलो लेजेंड्स के साथ, हमें हरा और जीतो डबल कैश. Log on to houseit.com and win real cash.
Because of Trisha, we got it right today. So do download the app and the Houseit app and make your team. Lots of cricket going on. As we speak, the BBL game is coming to an end. Triple header in the BBL on 26. Lots coming up. So do play. But my first and most important news item. If I think I'm right, this is Ravindra Jadeja's first interview in half a decade. He hardly speaks. It was a difficult task. Believe me, it was a difficult task to get Ravindra Jadeja to speak. I will give you two news points from the interview and the rest you watch. One, so I asked him, Jaddu, with a broken finger, a fracture, and dislocation, you were still ready to bat. You were still ready to bat for India. तुमने फिर भी, gloves पहन के तुम ready थे. Please मुझे बताओ. And he says to me that, yes, I was absolutely ready. The point is, I was in serious pain. And when you bat with such pain, the fast bowlers will inevitably target you where it will hurt you more. But when it comes to Indian team, pain ek taraf, team ek taraf. Pain to hoga, hone dijiye. And then he says, hear it. He says, zyada se zyada kya hota? The pain would be more. But on the other side, I could actually go and save a test match or win a test match for India if I could bat 10, 15 overs. So he had started planning. Respect. That's all I will say. Respect. Not without reason is Ravindra Jadeja now one of the best all-rounders in the world. And I say this keeping in mind Ben Stokes. Respect. I mean, look at this fellow's record and you will know what I'm talking about. That's news point number one. News point number two, something that we're all asking. When are we getting Ravindra Jadeja back? Listen to the interview. He answers it. He says very soon because he's recovering very, very well and he can't wait. He can't wait to make a comeback either. Asked him the direct question. Listen to the interview. Premieres on Sports Today at 5:30 p.m. Now, you've got to hear this. I've had a long conversation with Bharat Arun today. I think my team will premiere it tomorrow morning on Sports Today. But it was a fantastic interview with Bharat. We went and, we sort of decoded the strategy as to how the team sort of did what it did. We spoke about everything. Now, here's the thing that Bharat said. You all know that in June, July, Ravi Shastri called him and asked him to prepare a strategy. Do you know that they had actually brought out the entire statistic of Steve Smith and Manas Labuschagne? The research analyst had brought all of that out for the Indian think tank. And they checked that 70% of their runs on the offside through cuts and such kind of shots. That is why they decided they will take the offside out of the equation. And their plan was that if Steve Smith has to get 100, he has to bat 200, 250 balls. So even when he got the 100, he had to bat 200 plus. We will not give him easy runs. We will not let him score quickly. And that is why India did what India did. Hear the interview. Sheer depth of the interviews is something fantastic. Hear what Bharat says about the Melbourne turnaround. But what was fascinating for me was he says, Melbourne, yes. Brisbane, yes. Two magnificent test match wins. But what is most important is that Sydney save. Because had it not been for that Sydney Test match save, they would not be they would not be in a position to do Brisbane. Unbelievable. When Hanuma Vihari and Ash went for tea, R. Sridhar went up to Hanuma and said, the team has done so much for you. It's your time to give it back to the team. And Bharat says, if you looked at Hanuma's eyes, you would have known something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Listen to that interview on Sports Today. I also asked him about this whole thing about Virat Kohli. That, all of a sudden there is this whole sort of remove Virat campaign going on in this country. And yes, some people are saying, why are you backing Virat? Some senior journalists have said a lot of sarcastic things on Twitter. Frankly, I give a damn for them. Such journalists who eulogize match fixers on Twitter, I don't have time for them. I will do my work. They can go to hell for all I care. So that's my answer. I will do what I need to do for Indian cricket. And I asked Bharat or Arun about Virat Kohli. Do please listen in. Do please listen in to what he has to say, and you will have your answer. News point number 4. And this is again extremely important. And Bharat tells me this, that perhaps there is a bit of a generational gap between the Indian think tank in terms of coaching staff and in terms of the players. So some of the coachings have mixed feelings. They thought, should we go for the draw? Should we go for the draw? And Rishabh and Washington Sundar had totally different ideas out in the middle. And they were the ones who started going for it. They were the ones who started sort of decimating the Australian attack, and the rest is history. Listen to that. And added to this, I absolutely loved something. Ajinkya Rahane, the skipper, in the dressing room after the Gabba win, when he congratulates the whole team and says everything that he had to say, he picked out Kuldeep Yadav and said his work ethic was fantastic. Yes, he did not get a game, but Kuldeep's work ethic was fantastic, and that should be lauded. And Bharat also spoke about Kuldeep, how important he is or will be during the England series. This is what is good about this team. This is what is important about this team. Ajinkya Rahane in that dressing room speaking about Kuldeep Yadav and about Kartik Tyagi. That's what stood out for me. And that's what, the whole tenor of the interview with Bharat. Listen to it. Listen to the Ravindra Jadeja interview, and you will see a lot. These are life lessons for each one of us. And that is why I think this series is so important. The last news point, not so great. Satvik and Chirag losing out 18-21 in the doubles semi-final. We still have Ashwini Ponappa and Satvik in the mixed doubles. That match will be starting shortly. So that's the second semi-final that Satvik is playing. I hope he can make the final of the 1000 Super Series, because it is important for India and for him. But in the doubles, it was a close one. 18-21 is what they lost by. That's I hope Satvik and Chirag do better in the coming tournaments, because make no mistake, this is one pairing. And Gopi tells me this is one pairing that has a real chance of an Olympic medal going forward this year into Tokyo. And the IOC, by the way, has debunked all news items coming out saying there's no Olympics. Thomas Bach on record now saying there is every reason to believe that we will indeed have the Tokyo Olympics come July. So for India, Satvik and Chirag, very, very important. So I wish Satvik and Ashwini all the very best for their semi-final, which is coming up very shortly. Thanks for supporting Sports Today. Look at the feedback the channel is getting, and it's all because of you. You guys are supporting us. It's your platform. I had promised you multiple interviews this weekend, so the weekend is not over. I will get you more tomorrow. And I'm promising you again, I will get you more tomorrow. Lots of stuff coming your way. Subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and in exactly 20 minutes, do hear Ravindra Jadeja and thereafter Bharat Arun and give us feedback. Thank you very much for joining me at 5 at 5.